Hey guys, I wanted to share with you something that I've been experimenting with for the last week or so that I actually really like. So I am a special education teacher and we're doing all virtual learning due to COVID. And so a lot of my students have really been struggling with keeping themselves on task. A lot of them have difficulties with attention deficit. Um, a lot of them struggle with the content as well. So I decided to create a system basically to help them kind of move through the different portions of an assignment. So rather than just giving them a giant assignment to work on for that class period, I try to break it down into smaller chunks and smaller sections. And then we work through those sections in the breakout rooms. So instead of just randomly assigning breakout rooms, I actually created breakout rooms for each of those sections of the assignment. And then as they finish each section, they move to the other sections of the assignment until they are finally done. So I created these breakout rooms in advance. And this assignment actually has 3 different sections. So there's a food web, that's the first section. Then they have to do some analysis questions. And the last thing they have to do is predictions for the future. And then the last breakout room that I created is the I'm done group. So all the students at first are divided into these 2 breakout rooms. So one for the main classroom teacher, and then half of the students are with me, the special education teacher. And so as they're working in these 2 groups, once they finish that portion of the assignment, any student in a breakout room is able to share their screen. So they'll let me know, Ms. Harders, I finished this part of the assignment. I'll say, okay, go ahead, share your screen. They'll share their screen, and then I'm able to provide them with immediate feedback. You did this part great. You got to fix this piece here. And so I can let them know, giving them that feedback right away on their work. And then once they've done that part perfectly, then I'm able to move them on to the next section. So I'll remove them from this group and assign them to the next group. And this is really helpful because, for one, it keeps them on task so that they're able to see, okay, after, it should only take me 5 minutes to do the food web. So if after 5 minutes they're still working on the food web, then I'll have the students start sharing their screen so I can see, okay, have you even opened the assignment yet? Do you know how to find the assignment? And are you stuck on a particular question? Do they need help with reading the question? So I'm able to kind of troubleshoot with students that it's taking them a little bit more time to get it done without being in a huge group with other students who've already moved past that. So it kind of helps to save them a little bit of that embarrassment if they're struggling with an assignment. And I'm also able to see kind of the pacing for the other students as they're moving through the breakout rooms. My students have said that they really like this because it's able to help them kind of stay on task. It's breaking the assignment up into smaller, easier chunks for them, and they really like being able to move through the breakout rooms to finally be able to get to the I'm done group, which is really nice for them because once they finish the assignment, they can be in this breakout room, they can talk with their friends, they can work on other assignments if they have other, missing work that they need to do. And they really enjoy being able to kind of have that little bit of free time at the end once they've completed all of their work. And they also know by the time that they get here that the work that they did do, that they did a great job. So this is something that we've started working with, and I've gotten great feedback from my students on this, as well as my co-teacher. She said that she really likes being able to work with the students. And then everyone that's in a particular breakout room is working on the same thing, which is really helpful. And they like being able to move through and move forward in the assignment. And it also kind of gives that external reinforcement too for students. If they're still doing the food web and they're seeing that there are only 2 or 3 of them left in this room, it kind of puts a little bit of that pressure on them. Like, okay, I everyone else is moving on and I'm still stuck here. So it gives them that a little bit more extrinsic motivation to finish their work. Another way that I've actually used this strategy too is also whenever we have work days. So we had a point that we had several students that had a lot of missing assignments, And so we actually created breakout rooms based on the different assignments that were missing. So we tried to help them kind of prioritize what were the most assignments for them to make up, because a lot of students, when you have so many missing assignments, it can get overwhelming and you're not really sure where to start. So we created breakout rooms based on whatever the missing assignment was, and then students, once they finished that assignment, then we could review their grade and place them in kind of the next most strategically placed breakout room that would make sense for them. So we kind of prioritize the assignments of, if they were missing a quiz, all right, that's a, a formative assessment or a summative assessment. And something they could do quickly and easily, and then kind of move them through, so that way they're able to kind of get the most done in the time period that we have them with. And then if they were in a breakout room working on an assignment that was from a while ago or whatever, they're able to work on that with other kids who are also working on that same assignment, so they could kind of work together, and everyone's working on the same thing. So that was really helpful, helping students kind of prioritize which assignment to focus on if they were missing work. And then the students that had done all their assignments the first time, which is awesome, they were able to be in a separate breakout room, where again they could use that time to talk with their friends, or they could work on assignments from another class, or if they had questions about something, they could be in there, and so they were able to kind of work a little bit more individually since they had already done the work. So anyways, I hope that this strategy works for you, as far as chunking assignments and using breakout rooms in a way to help kind of organize and sort your students. Let me know what you think, and I hope to hear from you soon. I hope that your students and you love this as much as we do.